Good morning guys and welcome back. So today Betty White is getting a fancy new set of wheels. So there's so many different options out there for wheels you can do for Jeeps. You can do anything from 16s, 17s, 18s, 20s, 22s. So we have gone with, well, these are the factory wheels. I'll show you the factory wheels first. So that's the factory ones and they don't look too bad. They're just a bit silver, they look a bit plain on a black and white Jeep. So we've gone with these. And you're probably thinking, aren't those just the factory wheels painted black? Yes, you're right. And there's a few reasons for that. Before I even bought Betty White, I was contemplating buying a new set of wheels, still on 17 inch, so I can use the original tyres, well the tyres that are on there at the moment. Then I started looking into pricing. Now standard for, you can do a couple options. You can do steel wheels like I've got on the TJ, which are great for off-roading, but there is a massive weight difference between a steel wheel and an aluminium wheel. And there's a reason why I want to stick with alloy instead of steel. Now aluminium is a lot lighter, so the sort of four-wheel driving we're going to be doing, a lighter wheel and a lighter truck outweighs the benefit of having a steel wheel that's just easy to repair. So I was looking into pricing, and just for an aluminium wheel, it's about $145 for a base price, and it goes up. And the ones I did like were about $250 each. You gotta buy 5. We don't have to buy 5, but I like having the spare matching. So 5 wheels, $250 each is $1,250, which is a bit too expensive for my blood, and it's probably too expensive for a lot of people out there watching this channel as well. This channel is based around people who don't have a massive budget like myself, who still want to work on their Jeeps and make it a bit more personal to you. So painting the stock wheels, no matter what they are, if they're the stock steel wheels on a TJ, on your wife's Mazda, whatever it might be, painting them black or a different colour, might not be black, might be red, white, whatever, just gives it a completely different look. Now I know a lot of people have done black on white Jeeps before, but it just looks so clean. So I did white wheels on the black Jeep, which looks insane. I actually love this look. It ties in well with the Jeep logos and everything like that. So I did the opposite. I went for black wheels on a white Jeep, and I just think it looks insane. Now this is a much cheaper option. Now I'm doing all 5 wheels with 1 can of Raptor liner. Now that can of Raptor liner is about $22. So if you do the maths, now $1,500 by the end of it, changing tyres over, or $25 for 1 can of Raptor liner. Make the most of the stock wheels like we're going to today. So we've already done these ones. That's a spare because it's a bit flat. So we've ripped these ones off. So we're going to sand this down, and we're going to start prepping it. It's really easy, and we're painting it black, so we don't actually have to mask off the tyre at all. So all we've got to do is sand it down, prep the surface, give it a quick clean, then we can start spraying. So let's get prepping the old wheel and get it looking good. Alright, so one of the best things about using Raptor line is when you're actually prepping the surface for paint, you don't need to make it completely smooth, because you're going to have a textured finish. So you don't, normally when you got you want a smooth finish, it's completely flat with a nice gloss. You want to prep the surface so it's completely flat, completely smooth. But we want a textured finish at the end, so you don't have to use a really fine grit of sandpaper. So this is actually an offcut from an old bout sander we've got. So this actually will save you time prepping the surface, because you can just go along, scuff it up. It doesn't matter how deep you make it, how ugly you make it. The more coarse this surface is, the better the paint will stick to it. So we've got an old piece of bout sander, so all you want to do is go along, and rough it up as much as you can. So just while we're prepping this, if you guys have got anything to add at any point whatsoever, please drop it in the comments below. I love reading your comments, and I try and reply to all of them as much as possible. Sometimes they go to my not seen comments, they go to like spam, anything like that. So I try to check those as much as possible. But if you've got anything to add at all, please leave in the comments. If you've got any videos you would like me to make, any suggestions how we can make the channel better, anything like that, please let me know in the comments below. So all we're going to do You can get into everything with the sandpaper. And the best part about this, you don't have to be careful. You don't have to be meticulous. You just have to scratch the surface so the paint will stick to it. So we've got the surface all sanded down. Get a nice clean cloth, something that doesn't have dirt, especially anything that's got silicone spray or anything like on that. So if most people use silicone spray on their tyres to make it nice and shiny, and that's like a painter's nightmare. It actually sucks. So if you know you've used silicone spray, maybe get a degreaser or something like that and just spray it down first. It's just going to make painting the surface a little bit easier for yourself. Anything to make life a bit easier. I've tried to prep these wheels as much as possible in the last couple of weeks by using non-silicone products on tyres and just stuff like that. Alright, as we went over before, all we're using is just a generic bead liner in a can. Really simple to use. Absolutely love this product. This is about 20-25 bucks. You can get these on special, and it's quite a big can, 467 grams, which is awesome. And one can with a few coats over the wheels is doing all 5 wheels, which is awesome. Super simple to use. Now the problem with these is, I don't know if you guys can see it or not, it clogs up the nozzle. So what you do is get a dirty old rag. So every time you spray, just wipe off that nozzle, because it's quite like a thick consistency. That nozzle ends up blocking up. So also turn it upside down and give it a quick spray. It will get rid of all the spray inside that nozzle, inside that shaft there. Just make it a little bit easier for yourself. So keep a rag on you and just wipe it off. So with painting anything, we're just doing nice light coats. Nothing too heavy. We're not too worried about runs. As I said, it's a crinkle finish, so any sort of texture, anything like that is fine. So shake it up until you see those little dimples in the bottom of the can, and just do nice light coats and give it a wipe down. Wipe the tip off. And don't forget to get into those small, hard to reach areas. And just do nice light coats. Going along. Wipe the tip off. Best part about this, because we're painting it black, you don't have to worry about masking off the tyre. You can just go along if you want and just wipe it off, because it's black anyway. Alright, first coat done. Let's let that dry and we can work on the second coat. Alright, so we've just done the second coat on both wheels, and it's looking really good. You can get that nice textured finish on there, which we really want. Now, as I said earlier in the video, there's a lot of rain around at the moment, so there's a lot of moisture in there, and moisture is not good for painting at all. It's going to take a few more hours for everything to dry and set properly, and it's not good. So there's a couple different ways you can help that process along. One of my favourites is a little blowtorch. Like these are the $10 to $15 from your local hardware shop. My wife actually uses these for baking for like creme brulees, like doing the top of it and all that sort of stuff. They're awesome. Produces a lot of heat, which is awesome. Also really good for getting bolts unstuck. When I was doing the axle swap on the TJ, just swapping it out for another Dana 30 because I bent the last one, that helped getting a few bolts out. But it also helps with drying paint as well. But if you don't have one of those, or your wife doesn't have one, next best thing is a hairdryer. Now if you live somewhere that snows or rains quite often, this is a better option. Just so it's not going to take their entire weekend, you can do the whole Jeep painting these wheels in a day if you've got a bit of heat. If it's wet outside, you got snow, you got moisture in the air, is going to take you longer than the weekend to do it. So if you've got a hairdryer instead of a blowtorch will do it twice as fast. Just chuck it on the max heat, which will focus will be 3. Don't put it on cool, and just put it on 1. 1 is fine, and just go along. It does take a little bit of time, but it's definitely a lot faster. As I was saying, it does take a little bit of time, but it's a lot faster than trying to sit here and actually watch paint dry. That way you can get back onto it and do a second coat, or a third coat, sorry. So we'll keep going. But really simple techniques like this really helps the process of trying to do stuff yourself. A lot of people don't want to spend the time doing this because it's a pain in the ass. They'd rather take it to a company where someone will charge about $200+ to paint your wheels black. No joke. When I used to work in the tyre industry, we used to send our wheels off from like a car dealership all the time to get them painted, either in the factory silver or a black or a white, whatever it might be. But yeah, most paint shops will cost about $200 to do a set of wheels. And then your car's out of use for at least a week because they want to make sure the paint's 100% dry. So this is a lot cheaper, a lot easier, and we love doing stuff ourselves just to save a bit of money. But really simple, and with the texture finish as well, I really like the texture finish. It's a lot harder, a lot more coarse than normal paint or say that peel off stuff. I forget the name of it at the moment, but it's a lot hard wearing. If your wife's driving a Jeep or whatever it might be and they curb the wheels or whatever, you can just sand it down and chuck the bed liner on it. You don't have to paint match because it's crinkle finish, it will just match it in by itself. If you're out on the trails, you're hitting against a rock, whatever it might be, so easy to just go along with the spray can again and repaint it. You're not worried about scratching up a $200, $300, $500 set of wheels on the rocks, on the trails, whatever it might be. So that's why, another reason why I like staying with the factory wheels and just painting them, just trying to change the look of the Jeep a little bit. So I'll start finishing this off. I'll chuck them back on the Jeep, get it all jacked down, get the wheels nice and tight. I'll drive it to work tomorrow and we'll do some photos after work tomorrow and we'll finish the video off there. So I'll finish this off and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright guys, so they're all done, nice and dry. Remember a couple of videos ago I said that pretty much all of Australia was on fire, like we had massive fires everywhere across Australia, especially in Sydney, and now it's the complete opposite. We've got nothing but rain, we've got flooding. I was supposed to take these videos yesterday but we're flooded out. I braved the rain today, got my camera nice and wet, we're nice and wet. Just do a couple of quick videos to show the wheels and show how different they look. Now I don't have too many before photos of the Jeep on the stock wheels, but they look so much better on the black wheels. Let me know in the comments if you guys agree with that. I wouldn't mind getting like an aftermarket set of wheels for the JK in the future. Maybe try something different, maybe gold or bronze or something like that. Let me know what you guys think in the comment. The white Jeep on black wheels is a timeless look and it always looks good no matter. So if you guys have a lot of money or don't want to spend a lot of money, this is a good investment and a good look. Just so the Jeep looks a little bit more aftermarket, nice and cheap. I ended up getting 2 cans of spray paint of the bed liner, just so I could do proper good coats on there. But I reckon they came up a treat. I reckon they look fantastic. But as always guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button and the subscribe button. It's going to help the channel in a massive way and allow us to grow. And I'll see you guys next week.